The year was 2784. For almost 100 years, the galaxy had laughed at humanity. To the great alien empires, humans were small, emotional creatures, a young race that talked too much and fought too little. But then, one day something changed. Earth went silent. No signals, no ships, no trade. Every human colony stopped sending messages. The Galactic Council tried to contact them, but there was no reply. For decades, not a single human voice was heard across the stars. The aliens believed humanity was gone, maybe destroyed by their own wars, maybe lost in chaos. They called it the quiet extinction, and the galaxy moved on, until one night. At the edge of the Orion sector, deep sensors detected something massive, a ship larger than any known design. It was human, but different. Its surface was black like the void, covered in strange metal that absorbed light. No engine signature, no identification code. Just silence. When alien patrols approached, their scanners failed. Their systems froze. Then, through the static, a voice spoke. Calm, human, and cold. "This is Earth Command." The silence is over. Seconds later, the ship's cannons lit up the dark. A single blast destroyed the entire alien patrol fleet. In that moment, the galaxy realized the truth. Humanity had not died. They had been waiting, watching, preparing. The silent Earth had become something new, a fortress hidden behind the stars. And now, after a century of quiet, humanity had returned. 50 years before the silent Earth, humanity faced its darkest hour. It began with the invasion of the Dominion, a mighty alien alliance that saw humans as nothing more than insects on a blue planet. They came without warning. Their warships filled Earth's skies. Their weapons burned cities to ash. Millions died in the first week. The nations of Earth united. But it was too late. The Dominion's power was beyond anything human technology could resist. The last human transmission sent to the galaxy was a desperate plea for peace. And then silence. The aliens thought they had won. But they were wrong. Deep under ruined cities and secret bases hidden beneath mountains and oceans, a handful of survivors lived. Scientists, soldiers, engineers, they refused to give up. They built small ships and escaped into deep space. They hid among asteroids, abandoned moons, and dark corners of forgotten systems. There, they began again. They learned from every defeat. They studied alien weapons, decoded enemy systems, and built machines that no empire could imagine. They used the one thing that made them truly human, the ability to adapt, to rise again and to fight for tomorrow. For 50 long years, they worked in silence. Children grew up hearing stories of the lost Earth, of the fire that took everything, and those children swore one promise. One day, the galaxy will remember who we are. When the time came, humanity was no longer a broken race. They were an army, forged in the shadows, and the galaxy was about to meet the humans they thought had vanished forever. The year was 2834. The silence had lasted long enough, and the galaxy had forgotten the sound of human defiance. But at the edge of the Orion sector, that silence was about to be broken. The Dominion fleet entered what was once human space. Hundreds of alien warships, confident and unchallenged, glided through the dark. They laughed over open channels. "Let us see if any humans are still alive." Then, their laughter stopped. From the shadow of a dead moon, space itself seemed to bend. Dozens, then hundreds of ships appeared, black as midnight, their hulls absorbing starlight. No symbols, no flags, only silence. The Dominion commander gave an order to scan them, but every sensor failed. The human ships moved as one, smooth, silent, perfect. Then came the first shot. A single blue beam cut through the void, slicing an alien battleship in half. The explosion was bright enough to light up the entire sector. Before the aliens could react, a wave of railguns and plasma fire followed. Their shields shattered. Their systems collapsed. In 6 minutes it was over. Out of 200 Dominion ships, only 3 survived. All damaged, all fleeing. The humans didn't chase. They only transmitted one message: this is not revenge. This is balance. Across the galaxy, news spread like wildfire. The long-lost humans had returned. and they brought technology far beyond anything seen before. Every empire that once mocked Earth now watched in fear. For the first time in centuries, the galaxy understood a new truth. Humanity was no longer playing by their rules. They were writing new ones. After the first strike, the galaxy burned with questions. How did humanity build ships so powerful? How did they fight like one mind, moving faster than any known fleet? No empire could understand it, until they discovered something impossible. The humans had created something new, a system called the human code. It was not just a program. It was a living network, connecting every pilot, every ship, every soldier, and even their AIs. Each human could share thoughts, emotions, and strategies in real time. No leader was needed. They all were the leader. This connection made them unstoppable. When one ship took damage, another already knew how to protect it. When one pilot saw danger, thousands reacted instantly. It was unity beyond imagination. The Dominion called it unnatural. They said, no species should think as one. But humans remembered their past, their wars, their losses, their mistakes. They had seen what division brought. Now they had chosen something greater, oneness through will. They built AIs not to control them, but to learn from them. Every battle made the human code smarter, faster, stronger. Each fallen human became part of the code, their memories, skills, and courage forever alive inside the network. Across the stars, alien leaders began to tremble. They had always seen humanity as a weak, emotional race. Now they saw something divine, a collective mind born from pain and hope. And from that mind came a message that spread across the galaxy. We are not many. We are one, and one is enough. The galaxy had feared human weapons, but now they feared human unity. The galaxy was no longer the same. One by one, the great empires that once, ruled with pride and cruelty began to fall. The Dominion, broken the trade clans, and surrendered. The Crimson Alliance had vanished into the dark. And at the center of it all stood the new human fleet, vast, silent, and powerful beyond imagination. Their ships didn't just destroy, they rebuilt. Every world they conquered, they restored. Every slave they found, they freed. Aliens who had once feared humanity now looked up to them with hope. They saw not monsters, but protectors. The humans were no longer fighting for revenge. They were fighting for balance. In the halls of the Galactic Council, whispers began. Maybe humanity was never weak. Maybe we were. But even as the galaxy healed, something deeper was happening. The human code continued to grow, connecting new species, uniting more minds, expanding beyond Earth's bloodline. Soon, it was not just humans who joined the network. Machines, allies, and even former enemies became part of it. A single thought linked them all. We stand together, or we fall alone. Yet, in the farthest corner of space, where light rarely touched, a shadow stirred. Ancient sensors picked up movement and something massive, something not of this galaxy. The human fleet detected it but stayed silent. The peace they had built was fragile, and somewhere beyond the stars, an old power was watching as one admiral whispered inside the code, "Empires fall, but something greater always rises." The galaxy had been saved by humanity. But the war for existence was far from over. For many years, the galaxy lived in peace under the watch of humanity. The human code connected millions of minds, humans, aliens, and machines, all working together for a better future. Planets once ruined by war now glowed with life again. Children born after the silence knew only one truth. The humans had saved them all. But peace never lasts forever. At the edge of the Andromeda Rift, far beyond any known star map, something awoke. A ship, older than any empire, began to move. It was enormous, miles long, carved from black stone and unknown metal. Its surface pulsed with golden symbols, and its energy readings were impossible to measure. The human fleet sent drones to scan it. Every drone vanished. Then came a message, not through radio, not through light, but directly into the minds of those linked to the human code. A voice, deep and ancient, spoke only one line. "You are not the first to rewrite the rules." The message spread across every connected mind at once. Fear returned to the galaxy. Admirals gathered. The code hummed with urgency. For the first time in a century, humanity prepared for war again. Ships powered up, engines flared, and the stars themselves seemed to tremble. As the mysterious vessel entered human space, its shadow covered entire planets. The humans stood ready, united, silent, unafraid. And as the first beam of light from the unknown ship cut across the darkness, a human voice whispered through the fleet, "The galaxy underestimated us once. They will never do it again." The screen fades to black.